Hello, and welcome back to another Rise of Empires Ice and Fire video with me, Mr. Gill. Thank you so much for all of your previous likes, views, comments, suggestions, and subscriptions. I really appreciate it, guys. Let's keep up the good work. We're now, I think, 3,200 subscribers. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally happened. My main castle in Province 71 has finally received the update. So basically, this is the update that was a beta version a few months back, and that has been rolling back and being retroactively added to all old accounts. So what that has done has completely reorganized my base in a disgusting, shocking manner. It was pretty unorganized before. This is a lot worse. So obviously I'm going to have to spend some time fixing this. I don't know where anything is anymore, and making it all nice and pretty, etc, etc. One thing I will say, we have these walls here, and I know we're going to start getting questions about this. As of now, I do not believe the walls have any defensive capability. Okay? So as far as I know and can tell, from the beta version to this kind of newer updated version of the beta, these are still purely for show. You can build them. If we come into here, build walls, remove walls. You have a certain number of walls to build. As we can see here, I have 14 gates. But if I remove this wall, if I try to place a wall, it should tell me how many walls I have. Build wall. So there, I have 120 built out of 184. So I have 184 to use. But as I said, I do not think they provide any defensive capability. I have looked through every little menu that I could find, and I cannot find anywhere where it says walls are helping or adding any sort of buff. So it shouldn't matter too much where they are placed or what sort of gates you have, etc, etc. For now. That might change in the future. I wouldn't expect them to add walls and not have some sort of defensive capability, but as of now they do not, as far as I know. But anyway, we now have the dragon. Now, when I did the beta a few months back, there was a version of this, and this has now changed a little bit as well. So let's have a look through the dragon itself. Obviously, the dragon altar cannot be upgraded. Okay, so it is a level 1, and it'll always be a level 1 unless an update comes later and changes things like that. But once you move into this new beta, you get the dragon, and it is almost instantly able to level it up to about level 8 or 9, I believe. If we pop in here, we can see I've got a level 10 dragon. Now, there are two ways. Well, actually, there's 3, but there are 2 ways to level the dragon, and then there is a way to, I guess, promote the dragon. Okay, so there are 2 kind of different things there, yeah? But in order to level the dragon up, so this little tab here, we want to get it to level 20. We can use the meat. So you can see here, I can use this meat, bang, 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 and that gives 1,000 each time. We also have this meat here, which supposedly gives 10,000. I've not been able to find that meat yet. When you click obtain, it takes you to the closest deer. Now this deer, I've attacked maybe 40 or 50 today already, and they've only been giving me the normal meat, which is 1,000 experience. I've not received any meat that is a 10,000 experience. There might be an update coming, or maybe there's a super deer that just happens every once in a while. I have no idea as yet, but to begin with, attack as many deer as you can. Now, when I tested this back in the beta version, I was able to attack 100 deer a day before they stopped spawning within the castle. Yeah, so 100 deer a day I could attack, and that roughly gave me about 180 pieces of meat per day. Now, I'm not going to say that's exactly what's going to happen. Oh, is this a special deer? It looked different from the other ones, didn't it? He looked a little bit different. Or maybe it's just because I'm zoomed in closer. But yeah, roughly speaking, until I've tested it again, I'm going to say that you're able to attack 100 deers per day, and that should give you roughly about 180 pieces of meat, which is 180,000 experience points. So that should be able to get you to level your dragon up pretty fast. Now, why level the dragon up? Okay, we go into talent. Okay, and we can see shooting star is the effect that happens all the time. So this will reduce your building time for every level that you get it up. So currently at level 10, I have a minus 75 seconds building time, which is not too bad. We have the nature effect, which increases the productivity of my food farms, so 150 per hour. Again, this increases with dragon level. And we also have symbiosis open, which is plus 300 on my lumber yards, which is very nice as well. Now we have some others here. You can see this one is when dragon reaches level 24. This one is when dragon reaches level 21. Down here, level 17. Down here, level 13. Have a look through all of these and check them. As it currently stands, I do not believe you can get the dragon past level 20. Okay. Now, the other way to level up the dragon is to use these quests. Now, this is a new thing and something that was not within the beta, so I've only been testing it out this morning. But basically, up here we have some stamina. So this is 100 out of 100, and we can see my level. But what we have here are a quest that generate each day. Now, there is a limit to how many quests generate. I haven't been able to work that out yet, but they generate each day and you have a chance of succeeding at them. As we can see, I can do a barbarian village patrol that has a success rate of 100. I get 15,000 experience for my dragon for it, and I get 4,000 gold, which is very nice. So let's click that. Bam! We can see up here that my experience has gone up. I have not used any stamina. You use stamina when you fail at a task. So let's try this 33% one. Failed, 10 stamina lost. Okay, so you can see that eventually, obviously, there's going to be lots of harder quests, and it's going to take more and more of my stamina to get them done. You can also see there was a bit of a cooldown there. I couldn't press it immediately. I had to wait a few seconds. So let's try it again. I completed it, but I've only done 1 out of 2. So this one requires 2 attempts in order to get it done. Let's give it another shot. There was the cooldown there. 5 seconds. Explore again. Failed again. Cooldown has now gone up to 10 seconds, I believe. So it's getting a little bit longer each time, and I'm down to 80 stamina. This is a way of limiting how much questing you can do per day, obviously. Fantastic. So we did that. We got the experience. We also got the power of belief. Now, the power of belief is the other way, is what we call... So we were able to level up using meat and exploring. That's leveling up the experience of our dragon. Then we have what we... what I called before is, what did I call it before? I made up a word for it, but I completely, evolving, I guess, evolving the dragon. So when we get to level 20, which we're not at yet, I'm assuming there's going to be an option for me to evolve the dragon past that point. See, dragon advancement, there you go, that's what they call it here, advancement, is available once the level cap is reached. So that's what the power of belief is for. Now, the power of belief you get from completing the quests, and it sits right here in your inventory. Bangity bang, there we go, we got 70 power of belief. Okay, so once I reach level 20 on the dragon, I'm hoping that I should be then able to use this power of belief somewhere in this menu in order to evolve or advance my dragon to the next level section, which would probably be something like level 20 to 40, etc, etc. That said, as far as I'm aware, it is stuck at level 20, and that's just from a lot of people texting me saying my dragon's at level 20, I can't seem to change it. I don't know if that is altered in the last week or so, but as far as I know, I should be able to get it to level 20, and then I'm going to have to wait for an update. If not, we should then be able to use the power of belief somewhere within this altar, and I'm going to suggest it'll be here in this dragon menu, and I will be able to evolve or advance the dragon to in order to open up the next level section and use the meat and the exploring in order to take the dragon up and increase its experience. You can also change the name of your dragon up here. We're going to call it, I like this name, Beta Ray Gill. No, I cannot do that. Why can't I do that? Okay. Oh. Okay, so that doesn't work as far as I can tell. That's quite annoying. Maybe there's some other way of doing that. I'm having to pay for it. I'll have to look that up. Also up here we have a couple of things. This is the little description about the dragon. Supposedly it's an evil hell messenger or something like that. Doesn't look too evil to me. You also have an information box here which tells you about the dragon system. Okay, you can just have a quick look through that. Feed the dragon to increase, blah, 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 blah. And then you also have in the other menu over here, explore. We can click on this little information button. This brings up a new kind of help guide. And down here you have dragon system. Okay, so we can see the system, which was the menu we just saw before, but we can also see dragon exploration, which goes into a bit of detail about exploring and how that works as well. So make sure you give those a read. Coming back coming back into here. What was the other thing I was going to say? Yeah. So the talents are pretty good. You can see this talent here. So this again is a separate thing. This is this little red button, and that fills up every time you give it a bit of meat. And that then has 44 seconds of, I guess, when it's reducing building time effectively, as far as I can tell. It's a little bit different from the beta, so I still haven't really worked out what that's about, but as far as I can tell, that's reducing building time, or it's giving you access to that 75-second speed up that we saw we had before. That will have to take a little bit more investigation as well. But basically, guys, the goal you have now, once you get this dragon, is to hunt as many deer as possible, feed the dragon as much as possible, do as many explorations as you can, and this is good because you're getting speed ups and gold as well, so this is an excellent thing at getting that. Let's just do these two while we're here. Let's try and actually use up all of our stamina or all of our quests for the day, and see where we can get to, because that 23,000 experience that's 23 meats we would have to get. So this is a lot faster way of doing the leveling up, and we're getting more power of belief and 62,000 gold, which is fantastic. So it seems that every time I complete one of these harder ones, the success rate drops down. It was 33%, then it was 31, now it's 29. This has dropped down as well to 95%. So it's getting harder and harder the more explorations I do. Let's just click that one. That should give me instantly. Then we can click this. What's this? That just tells me the rewards. Fantastic. Oh, so we get that as well as the speed up. Okay, cool. So there's two sections for the rewards. We get this experience, we get these speed ups, which is 5-minute speed ups, and we also get, if we complete it, 50,000 gold and 7 power of belief, which is fantastic. Let's do that again. Oh, we're failing. This might be hard now, and I wonder if we'll just have to keep going. This rate is probably not going to change for the day. I would say it's usually going to be a daily thing, similar to, I guess, rapid production. You know, you kind of get one great chance at the start of the day and then kind of smaller chances throughout the day. Oh, we got that one. Fantastic. And it's gone back up to 30%. Okay, interesting. Maybe it could be the amount of times failed reduces the success rate, percentage chance, and then the amount of times completed, it increases it up. Okay, let's just give it a shot. No, it failed again. We're down to 41 stamina now. Stamina seems to be increasing pretty fast. I've roughly put it at 1 stamina point every couple of minutes. Let's see if that goes up in the next couple of minutes, then we know it's... So, roughly speaking, I'm going to say it's 5 minutes per stamina point. But again, we could test that out, and you guys could test that as well and let me know what you find. Down to 20. It's annoying. Come on. Seems to go to 10 seconds each time, yeah? 10-second cooldown each time, which is great. Okay, we're down to 11, so this is probably the last chance we're going to get. Let's see if we can get it done. Bam, we could not get it done. Okay, so I'm going to have to wait for my stamina to increase before I can do that. While we're waiting, let's go back and feed as much meat as we possibly can to this dragon. Got 27 there. Bangity bang, 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 bang. Okay, you can see this is filled up again. So I could use this again to give me this 41-second buff. Okay, so sorry, here is what it does. I apologize. So this little red thing, this buff is the dragon's power, and this is the closeness. Okay, so we have kind of a few elements here. We have the experience of the dragon, which we increase with the meat and doing the quests. We then have the power of belief, which increases the level cap of the dragon, and then we have the closeness of the dragon, which activates this skill, and that seems to take roughly 10 pieces of meat, gives it 100% closeness, and then during the duration, which is currently about 45 minutes for me, work of movement speed is increased 100%, which is fantastic. I don't know if that affects construction speed. Could do. That would halve construction times, basically, if it was. I'm pretty sure it's just going to mean then how they run around, though. But we'll check that in a second. And then number 3, during the duration of Dragon's Power, which is what we've just activated, when construction time is lower than 160 seconds, which increases with the levels, that's 160 seconds for me at level 12 of the Dragon, I believe, construction can be finished instantly. So 160 seconds is nearly 3 minutes, yeah? So anything under 3 minutes I can now finish instantly. What I could do now is pause feeding the dragon, because this here, the closeness is already full up, and so that is roughly a 45-minute speed up, you know, for my construction that I should use, or I can keep feeding the meat. I'm going to say that I'm roughly going to probably wait and try and use this every 45 minutes or so. This is another way the game is trying to pull you back in every hour or so, is because this is quite useful. If we're speeding up by 100%, let's have a check here. I know one of these was going to take 1 day. The mint was 1 day and 7 hours earlier this morning, so that hasn't reduced that by 100% without a doubt. I think it's just how fast the little guys are running around. And if you see them, let's find some. They do have a little bit of a... Yeah, see, they're all glowing. Yeah, so it's this speed. It's their running speed. It's not their construction speed. He is zooming around like a crazy man. But that will kind of help things as well. I don't know where he just disappeared into the ground. Oh, he just popped out again. And he just grabbed something from somewhere. He grabbed a box from the ground. Fantastic. And these guys are just running all over the place. I think they're probably slightly confused about the layout. Yeah, because things are not where they were, etc, etc. Okay, so that is the new beta. That is the, well, I'm not going to call it the beta anymore. That's the new update that has come through. Finally, it happened to me in 71. I believe it's nearly happened everywhere. I know the majority of people in our alliance from many different regions of the world have now received that and are working it out as well. Oh, you also have these little guys. So these are the new kind of what I used to call ants. And these guys will be attacked by the dragon if you just click on them. Shortly the dragon will come. There he comes. And he's going to go boom. And I think, like the ants before them, the first few you attack will give you like little bits of resources or gems, etc. I think I've attacked too many today for that to make a difference. But they seem to respawn all the time as well. The deers seem to spawn all the time. As I said, probably up to about 100 deers before they stop, and I will test that out as we go on. And they don't seem to have an area. They kind of spawn wherever. They can spawn right here in the middle of town, and they can spawn right here out of town. What I might do with the layout is try and leave a big space and then kind of put everything else together in a kind of section and see if the deer spawn more naturally in open space or with next to buildings, but I don't think it makes that much of a difference anyway. So that is the new dragon. Any questions, put them below. As I said, as far as I know, it is still capped at level 20. I haven't heard anybody's been able to take it past that, and that's what it was with the beta version. I don't know when that might change, but once I get to level 20, I will see if I can test that out. If I can get further, then I'll make another video. Thank you so much for watching. Click the like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff, and I'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye.